Hello everybody, welcome to Market Masterclass on this Monday the 17th of April, and we're looking at the highly frontline news and the most isolated economy, one of the most isolated economies in the world, with a total central planning organization by the hereditary family. And we're talking about the North Korea. It became an independent state in 1948 after the Second World War. Then there was the complicated Korean War between 1950 and 1953, and prior to that, North Korea was basically controlled by Russia, and then since then it's become very much the major ally of China. In terms of its economy, it's actually rated 125th in the world. The GDP is pretty low. The growth is only about 1% per annum. But going back to the Second World War, when North Korea became an independent state in 1948, something like 2 million people quickly got out of North Korea and rushed to live and work in South Korea because this became a very closed, isolated, centrally controlled government. And in terms of its economy, the GDP is about 35% is in mining and industry, 22% is in agriculture and fisheries, 8% makes up construction, and utilities 4%. The main industries, as we all know, military production is a priority, and every other month we're seeing rocket tests and worries, particularly by, of course, America and, of course, South Korea, about the nuclear capabilities of the North. And recently they had a weird failed launch of a rocket, but still they're carrying on, and the rest of the world is worried. They are a front runner to wave the flag for initiating the Third World War, perhaps. Who knows? But in terms of reality at the moment, military products, important to them. Mining, very important. They're the 22nd largest reserves of coal in the world. In terms of production of iron ore and zinc, they're 18th largest producer in the world. And in terms of copper, they are the 12th largest producer in Asia, and including salt as well. So we've got coal, iron ore, limestone, magnesite, graphite, copper, zinc, lead, and precious metals, including gold. Exports to China, 76% of exports go to China. Imports are petroleum, coking coal, machinery and equipment, textiles and grain. And guess what? 76% of it comes from China. In terms of coal, in 2015 they produced 19.7 million tons of coal, and that brought in $1.06 billion worth of revenue to the country. And it makes up something like 40% of all exports to China. On the agricultural front, they are a big producer of fresh fruit, and 19th rated 19th producer in the world for apple production, and fresh fruit 10th largest producer, rated by the FAO. But this is quite interesting because only 70% of the country is made up of arable land. The rest is rugged mountain terrain. So the 4 provinces to the west of the country are the main agricultural centres. In 2011, Obama signed a law into being for all goods from North Korea were banned into the USA. So very much a buddy of China and totally dependent on China for its revenue. They've had some pretty rough times in terms of poor agricultural production and a large percentage of the population not having enough food. and being on the verge of starvation in the past. All dependent on weather, and of course climate change has got something to do with that. Interestingly enough, 5.5% of their exports go to the Republic of Congo. That must be on the back of the China connection there, and I'm pretty sure of that. But so there's a wrap up of North Korea, and let's hope that things settle down and they try to link in with the rest of the world rather than wave their own flag and push the wrong buttons to create something that could get out of control. So let's hope. That's North Korea for you. Hope you found that useful and interesting. Bye for now.